Hello, Blizzard fans! This is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Mequ and TatyGG on Echo the Ladder Edition. This replay was submitted to me by a subscriber at FalconPaladin@gmail.com, and you too can submit replays to FalconPaladin@gmail.com, and I will cast them. Just ask anybody who submitted me a replay, and they will say, I really enjoyed it when FalconPaladin casted me. And let's get right on into this game. In the bottom right of Echo, the Ladder Edition, we have the red Terran player. It is Mequ. And in the top left of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is TatyGG, or TatyGG. I don't know. These names are crazy, man. I don't know how to pronounce anything. We're going to call him Tati, I think. Little dangerous. We can see what we can stick with it though. Nothing bad will happen. I can promise you that. Mequ actually choosing to wall off here against Protoss. Interesting choice considering Blink Stalkers can come up and wreck your day eventually, but I suppose for now wall off is a pretty good choice. Gonna actually try to block the probe. Probe trying to block down the command center, doing a good job of it. Throwing down a pylon might be a good choice here if you think there's going to be an oh no. Instead, the probe actually ends up dying. Mequ does get command center down like he wanted to. A huge pickup for him. The probe unfortunately dies, not really doing anything, not really scouting anything, but seeing the barracks and this supply depot. Doesn't even actually see the command center come up, just has to basically assume what's going on there. So, taking a Nexus kind of blindly, the Reaper is on its way out, and as usual, we're going to slow the game down for the Reaper, because we like these guys. We're going to speed it up just a little bit until it actually gets to the base, because watching them run is not as exciting as watching them jump. Jump, Reaper. There we go. Popping right on up in here. Going to try to kill probes. Doing a pretty good job of it. Faster. No. Pulling a lot of probes off to chase this guy. This is making the Reaper worth it for sure. Look at all that lost mining time. Now the Mothership Core pops on out. The KD8 charge bumping a lot of people back. But that Mothership Core basically means the Reaper's not going to be able to kill anything at all. Stopping to take a shot at that pylon. Almost got him killed. Reaper, no, don't stop there. No. Oh, ends up exploding. There's quite a lot of debris coming out of a Reaper. I guess it's like a jet fuel powered jet pack. I guess that would make sense. Very flammable. Probably a direct hit there from that Stalker causing all of that explosion. Either way, a bunker coming up the front for Mequ. Very standard stuff. And what are we going to tech to now that that Cyber Core is done is the question. Warp Gate is researching. Not really being chrono boosted either, but that is okay. Tati, I was going to call him Tati. Yeah. Tati is just waiting for that to finish before choosing what else to upgrade to. It's an excellent question. We don't know what the plan is whatsoever. Making barracks here. Yep, so many barracks and a single factory. Canceling? Was that a tech? Was that a must have been a reactor if he canceled it, unless it was an accidental reactor. We're going to see a bio push against this Terran player here in Legacy of the Void. And more gateways coming up, more gateways. Still not really choosing any higher tech, which is really weird for Tati. Usually you're going to see that higher tech play for sure, but not today. So bunker play sitting right here, 4 Marines inside. The Marauder says, hey guys, come on, let me in. I want to be there too. I want to be nice and warm and cozy. You guys are probably playing poker in there or something. I got some really good poker skills, and they just will not let him in because they are jerks. Marines are jerks. It is widely known. Meanwhile, back here in the Protoss base, we are upgrading gateways to warp gates. We're not even really doing that. We're just waiting for the warp gates to finish. There we go. And still not upgrading to warp gates whatsoever. So just kind of sitting back. The Protoss feels like he can win this game with gateway units, which I have to disagree. I do not believe that is a viable strategy. Small push-up coming with a few Marines and a couple Marauders finally together at last. The bunker guys are still hanging out. Oh, did they let the Marauder in? Aw, they're actually nicer than I thought. Nice job, Marines. You guys are not as big jerks as everybody says that you are. So trying to get out with this ramp might be difficult. There are a bunch of Stalkers. There are a few sentries that can kind of force field off. I think it's 2 force fields to fully force field it off, at least enough so these units can't get through. Going to try to come up this ramp. Immediately, one of the Marines dies. Second Marine dies. Stalker goes down. It's going to be a war of attrition here. Getting that sentry would be huge. It manages to get it finally. The Marauder trying to take down one more sentry, but no. Units lost tab shows 4 Marines, 2 Marauders died in that battle, 1 sentry, 1 Stalker died in that battle. Tati in a pretty good position. There we go. There we go. The higher tech of the Twilight Council is on its way for Tati. Meanwhile, I think we're just going to pretty much be doing Marines, Marauders, and Medevacs for all the livelong day. For Mequ, he does not want to make any use of those Legacy of the Void units, and for that, I'm not entirely sure if he's going to win, because this is Legacy of the Void, and the intent is to make Legacy of the Void units like the Cyclone. Cyclones are super fun. You should definitely make those. I guess he did use the KD8 charge on the Reaper, so that is something Legacy of the Voidy that he did. A drop coming up along the left side for Mequ. Here it comes, like the shark in Jaws. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Boosting in now. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. I'm actually not entirely sure how that music goes. It's hard to make a really high-pitched sound. Anyway, stimming right on in, murdering probes left and right. They're exploding in blue goo. Finally, the photon overcharge pops up. But I think taking down those two pylons would be an excellent choice. They are all that is powering all of these in crucial tech buildings. The stalkers show up. Oh, managed to snipe down one. Oh, no! One of the medevacs. The other one heads back and gets taken down too. Ouch. Ouch, 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 Mequ. That is a difficult decision to live with. He was running away. I think he could have made it heading down this way. Instead, the pilot of the medevac was feeling suicidal, turned around, flew right over those stalkers, and ended up dead. Along with everybody on the inside. It must have been a very quick death, I hope. You really don't see any bodies falling from those medevacs when they die, so probably they just die instantaneously, which is nice. A pretty darn huge group of stalkers. And sentries coming on out here. Maybe I was wrong about Tati. Maybe he can win with just gateway units, in which case, I apologize, Tati. You are an amazing player. You're probably going to win this game, and I take it back. So, but again, this is pretty scary stuff. That's just a lot of Marauders, and Marauders do so well against gateway units for Protoss. I just don't know at this point. More Marauders, more Marines, doing a good job spending his money as Mequ. Tati not doing such a good job of it, floating about 700 minerals, 500 gas, finally getting +1/+1 for his ground units and warping in additional stalkers back at home. This forward pylon should have been placed probably a while ago, but it wasn't, but that's okay. They're just kind of dancing around, going to head on up, trying to do what they can. There are Hellbats here, Hellbats to deal with the I don't know what. They're good against Zealots, but that's about it for Protoss. Moving on up are these stalkers. It is a huge battle back and forth. Finally, some random force fields being thrown down. I don't think they were the best place, but forcing a retreat. Time warp going down on those units, trying to escape. There it is. Another force field going down, keeping the units inside their own base while the stalkers head out to try to kill a third base, try to kill this third command center as best they possibly can. But no, the Marauders want to defend that third base. They're moving up, they're stimming forward, they're being healed by the medevacs, slowly whittling down every single one of these stalkers. The stalkers, again, do not have +1 or +1, but it's enough to force a retreat of the Terran units trying to snipe down this command center. Again, it does raise the ire of these Terran units. The reinforcing stalkers finally show up, and it is enough to chase Mequ back into the base, killing what they can. Sniping down units. Could probably try to take down these medevacs as well, but it's choosing not to. Instead, the Zealots right at the front door. Marauders doing what they do against gateway units and tearing them to pieces, making them explode right on that front door, canceling that pylon, and that is it. That forces Tati to retreat. It's 45 to 48 harvesters, 75 to 65 supply. Very even match at this point. Third base being established by Tati, doing a good job expanding while attacking, so good job by him. Mequ expanding as well with this wounded command center. And again, just making more Marines, more Marauders. No upgrades actually coming out at all for our Terran player. That might actually give Tati a nice window into winning this game, who does have +1/+1 by now. Not looking at getting +2/+2, mind you, but still, it is nice to have that +1/+1, especially when the Terran player does not. More gateways coming up, Robo Facility coming up as well. Are we going to go? Robo Facility implies to me, oh, Disruptor. We can go Disruptor, Tati. That could win you this game. Do it. Go Disruptor. I know you're probably not thinking about that right now because you really haven't been thinking about Legacy of the Void whatsoever in this game, but trust me, Disruptors are good. You have a lot of gas. You could probably make like 2 Disruptors as soon as we're ready to do so. 2 workers in these gas. I wonder if that's an accident by Tati. Probably wants those fully saturated. There are 3 over here in each of those assimilators. Maybe he was doing 2 for a particular build and forgot to get that additional 3 like you're supposed to. I have no idea. Boost up here. The medevac's going to try to get on out and see what they can do. Dropping, might try to kill this base if they see it. The angle that they're going is going to go where? Actually, right past that third base. So probably could stop and snipe it if he wanted to. We are now getting +1/+1 upgrades for the Terran infantry. Hooray! Nice job, Mequ. Well played indeed. Getting a tech lab for more Marauders, I have to assume. And here we come, dropping right on in here. There's a single cannon, but that is no use against this number of bio units. Pylons getting shredded down as well. Cannons dying left and right. But the stalkers are responding. They're a little bit trapped. Their friends in the back can't really attack, but sniping down, oh, 2 medevacs Good blink forward by Toddy. If there's one thing Toddy's good at, it is blinking and taking down medevacs. So well played indeed. Stimming up again, Marines and Marauders taking down these forward pylons. Those have been there far, far too long on our side of the map, says Mequ. Toddy not feeling happy about things at all at this point. But again, it's still 57 to 60 Harvesters. Both players fairly even. Toddy a little bit down, but in the end, the units are supposed to be more cost-effective for Protoss than for Terran. Is that right? Yes, making a Colossus. All right, I assume Colossus was going to be the answer, but I hoped it would be Disruptor. But that is okay. Colossus do pretty well against Bio as well. You know, I like to see Storm. It's just a personal preference of mine, but Colossus you can win as well, especially in these lower levels. I don't actually know what league these players are in. I suppose if I did a search, I could figure it out, but based on the play I'm seeing here, I would assume probably gold level. Maybe somewhere around there, but let me know in the comments if you know who these players are, if you see yourself being casted, pop it on out, and tell me what level of play you are most comfortable with. And I will make no judgments, because currently I am gold. I am not a great player by any stretch of the imagination, but for some reason, trying to take down this debris, the entire Protoss army being brought to bear against the debris, and now it's gone. So, okay, I guess the choke's a little bit smaller when you run up to meet these Marines and these Marauders. Widowmine's being planted. A perfect scan sees the exact composition of what Toddy is bringing to the party. And Toddy says, no, I'm going to send up a couple Zerglings to check this out. Did he absorb some Widow? Oh, yes, he absorbed some Widowmine shots. Well played there, Zealots. Excellent job for sure. And again, bringing the full power of the Protoss army to bear on this debris. Dies a lot faster this time. I think everybody could attack a little bit better. Are we working on +2/+2 by any chance? No. There we go. +2 now coming up. Hey, he heard me. As well as Zealot Legs and Colossus. How many Colossus are currently on the field? There's one. There's a second one coming up being chrono boosted out. Researching the Zealot Legs at the Twilight Council. Is this another drop? Another drop. A smaller drop than what we've seen in the past. Coming up along the right side. Going to try to drop here in the natural, but there's just not much mining going on here at the natural. There are only 9 workers on minerals. Just not a huge number. I guess you could kill them if you wanted to. Forward pylon does get sniped down, but here comes the huge Protoss army. Oh, those are amazing force fields, preventing the retreat of every single one of those Marauders. A few Marines can get out of there, but that is it. But apparently it's enough to scare Toddy off. This drop is not ready to go for Mequ. He was focusing on this battle over here. But Mequ, what you doing, friend? Where are you at? Drop your guys. Can Toddy see this? Toddy can see this, dude. He can see you. He hasn't responded yet because he's not really paying attention to the mini-map, which is something I need to work on. But either way, Stalkers at the top of the ramp killing what they can. This is not an actual good engagement for our friend Mequ, and actually emboldens our friend Toddy to get on the way over there. Huge swaths of death being cut by these Colossus. Again, pretty good force fields causing confusion among the bio ranks. Choosing to stand and fight is Mequ. Let's zoom out just a little bit to appreciate this. Mequ saying so much lag. He's not feeling very happy about his internet connection right now. Mequ is displeased, to say the least. Popping on up here, trying to kill Marauders as best they can. Yep, Marauders are dead. It is now 140 to 136 supply. Not quite the discrepancy that I expected. Widowmine's actually getting shots off, killing a couple of these Zealots, but this Death Ball moving on up. Gonna do what they can, but no, stimming forward, catching one of the Colossus, trying to focus down the other one as well, and almost about to get it, but no, the Colossus runs away. Reinforcing Stalkers coming as well, doing tons of damage to these bio units, trying to snipe down medevacs left and right. The Stalkers are at +2/+2, which means they do 16 damage to armored, taking down these medevacs like they are not even there. 2 Colossus now, again, one being replaced, 7 kills on that Colossus. This guy getting no kills. He probably wants one, though, I have to imagine. One more swipe, not getting credited for any kills. Mequ saying, oh no, I don't have the power. I don't have that I can click on your units. I don't know what you're talking about. I guess he's saying I can't click on your units because of lag. Is that the problem? I'm sorry, Mequ. Tough game. Toddy says, Mequ says GG, and that is it. Toddy is victorious in this PvT match. Pretty fun match for sure. A lot of good back and forth. Both players didn't just sit in their bases the whole time, which is what you really don't want to see in these casts. But again, amazing play. Thanks again for sending that in. I really appreciate it, Alex. Again, for sending it in to FalconPaladin@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, /FalconPaladin. And again, you can email me, FalconPaladin@gmail.com. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.